Hello, welcome students. So let us again come back to our next session of lecture videos. So as you know, in previous slides we have discussed a lot of aspect of conditional statement in shell, like if-else statement, and we have seen there how many different types of conditional programming statements can be there. The different we have discussed there, uh, if then phi statement, if then else phi statement, and if then elif else phi statement, like that. And here you can notice that in this case, every time whenever we have beginning the if in our shell programming, so every time we are closing, write it just in opposite way. That means whenever we have starting our if block with if, and then after the block we are ending the block with just writing if in the opposite direction, that is phi. Fi is just opposite of if. So that's in this way. Further also you can see that in many other cases also, the way of writing the shell programming block is like this. Whatever you will write for opening of that block, in many cases you have to close that block just writing the opening keyword in just opposite direction, like if and phi, in the same way. And in many way we have discussed the conditional statements. Now let us discuss some some type of conditional statement, and some more discussion about the conditional statement and programming here. So let us go to the next slide. So one is the test comment. So it is also a way of writing the conditional statement. You know that the working of if depends upon the exit status of the control command. That means exit status of the control command means what is the control at that time, that will depend upon the exit status. But quite often this status is not the only matter of interest to us or to a shell script. Some other factors also may influence which set of commands the script should execute. That means only this exit status of the control command, some other factors also present which may influence about the set of command which the script should execute. For example, if we take an example, we may decide to execute a set of commands if the first argument supplied to the script is a file. That means only we want to execute a set of commands, suppose, if the first argument supplied to the script is a file. Or in some other case, we may execute a set of commands if the number of arguments is less than 4. A lot of many such examples we can give. So we can say that to take care of such situations, Unix provides a command called test. So Unix or Linux versions provides a command in this case that is called test. This command investigates the sort of tests that we raised above, and then it translates the result into the language of success or failure. This helps actually the shell in deciding whether to execute the commands in the if block or the commands in the else block. Now let us take an example here to illustrate this one. So let us move to the next slide for giving the example. Here we have taken some variety of test command, that is here actually, let us move to the previous slide, this one, test command. Okay, now let us see in this example. So here you can see we have written a short program to demonstrate the test command, that suppose the number of file shell script is shell script 5, that is ss5. Suppose the name we have given ss5. So here we have given echo enter a number from 1 to 10. That means here we will display a message to the output screen that to the user, that it prompting the user to enter a number in the range 1 to 10. Then read number, that means then it will read the number. If test num minus lt5, that means test $num minus lt5, that is minus lt is a conditional statement in the shell, that is less than is demonstrated by minus lt. Will in the there is another one slide next where we will discuss this one, that which symbol indicate which conditional condition. So here minus lt stand for less than. So echo here if num less than suppose 5, that means this is our condition we are giving in a test command. Then echo Linux is open source 5. That means here the if block is ended writing fi5. So here whatever the number user will supply from 1 to 10, if that number is less than 5, then it will display in the output Linux is open source. So for after for example, if you run the program, in the output we have shown here in the slide, you can see enter a number from 1 to 10. So suppose user have entered number 3. So here the output will be Linux is open source. Okay, this is an example of demonstrating the test command. Now let us move to the next slide. The next slide is different operation on test command, that is you can see numerical test, string test, file test. So 3 type of test command, for example here we have mentioned numerical test, string test, file test. So now let us check what type of statements means what type of short letter symbol stand for which condition. This is also another important set of condition in the shell programming. Now let us move to the next slide. Here you can see that in shell programming different operators are there which is a short letter symbol or also you can say operator here. So first you can see it is minus gt. So minus gt stand for greater than. These all are the conditional operator to check the condition, and minus gt stand for greater than, minus lt this stand for less than, and minus ge it is stand for greater than or equal to, minus le it stand for less than or equal to, minus ne this is stand for not equal to, and minus eq this stand for equal to. So here you can see lot of different operator with their corresponding meaning. So you can observe the meaning from the short symbol also, like gt means greater than, lt less than. These are the actually the meaning of this operator symbols. So this operator have constructed from some sort of abbreviation for their from their meaning. In the same way, gt greater than, lt less than. G means greater than or equal, greater or equal, ge. Le less than or equal, less or equal, le. Like that, in this way you can intervene the meaning of these small operators which are actually acting as the conditional operator in case of shell programming. This is in the same way we have seen in C or other programming, that there are a lot of symbols are there. For this purpose, here there are set of letter abbreviation act as the symbol operator for these conditional meanings. So for this session up to this much, we will continue the next session with more conditional other programming statements in shell program. So thank you.